Good morning, stamping friends. My name is Lorri Heiling, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you for joining me this morning. Happy Friday to everyone. How's everyone doing? Seems like things are winding down a little bit in Arizona as far as the virus stipulations go. On Monday, my pedicure place opened, so I'm pretty excited to go. Just have to put that mask on. But, and then slowly some restaurants are starting to open. So I know it's different in all parts of the US, but we're starting to open up a little bit, so that's a good sign. So I have lots to share with you today, but I do have to tell you something that happened this morning. So as you know, we as demonstrators, we can order early, which is called a pre-order from the brand new catalog. So I put my order in. I usually stay up late at night because it goes live kind of in the middle of the night. So I stayed up and I did, I don't normally do overnight shipping, but I did do 2-day shipping because I wanted to share things with you today. Well, here it is Friday and I still don't have my order. So we're talking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 4 days, so much for 2-day shipping. So I might pop on later on today just because I really want to share, and I'm also doing an in-color club that will be starting, and so I'm taking sign-ups today, but I'm going to wait until I get the product, and then I will post that registration later in the day when I get my product so I can show you what I received and the in colors and stuff. So check back here. And so anyway, that was going to be my FaceTime live this morning, and I woke up saying, oh my gosh, this UPS guy is not going to be here before my FaceTime live because I'm really trying to stay consistent with the 10 o'clock Arizona time live. And so I scrambled this morning. So I've been working on a project and I came up with something this morning, and I was working on it right up until I went live here. So I am anxious to share that with you. So let me flip my camera around here. Just take a second. There's my calendar. It's still pretty busy for my stamping stuff, but as far as personal, it's pretty much the same thing, different day, right? The story of our lives now. All right, let me zoom just a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. All right, I have a new host code, so that's for you there in case you see anything you like. First of all, I want to remind you that Sunday is the last day to do my adventure class to go. Onto adventure class to go. And thank you so much for those of you who have signed up. Oh my gosh, I've been overwhelmed by how generous you guys are in your interest in this class. So thank you. And just a reminder, these were the projects. There's a cute little box, and this is an inside, but I share the links, and it's a little camera that once you push it, it makes the noise of a camera, and it's a little flashlight. It's a keychain flashlight. So that fits perfectly in there. And then the next one is a little vacation or a retirement card. Congratulations on your next adventure. And the next one is a gift card holder. That's that little ballet dancer, and then the gift card will slide in there. And the last one is for the golfers in your life, this buckle card. It just opens up like that. So let's see, today's Friday, so you have today and 2 more days to sign up for that. And now let's get on to the project that I'm going to share with you today. So the suite that I chose last minute here, because it's still available, is called Birthday Bonanza Suite. However, I did not make a birthday card with it. You'll soon see what I substituted. So don't limit this just to birthday cards. So I'm using the Birthday Bonanza Designer Series paper. I highlight things that are retiring in my book so I can keep them all straight. And so you're going to want to grab that paper before it's gone. Now the nice thing about this paper is the dies, which are called the Bonanza Buddies dies, they will actually cut out these little images here, the koala bear, the penguin, and then, the toucan and the lion. So that's really nice if you don't want to take the time to stamp and just want fast and easy. Okay, so let me grab the card here. And you know me, I'm really wild about that Share Sunshine COVID-19 PDF download we have. So on the front, I did a koala bear. There's that mask again. And it says, I'm smiling under this face mask. And when you open it, we have two of the little characters that are 6 feet apart with their string. And it says 6 feet apart, but still in my heart. What a year this week has been. So isn't that a fun card? It's a fun fold and it will lie flat so that you can easily mail it. So let's get started on this. All right, for starters, we are going to use Daffodil Delight paper. And this is just a normal size that we're cutting. It's 11 by 4 1/4. And I just scored it in half on the long side, which would be at 5 1/2. Just fold in half. The next thing I did was a typical layer size is 5 1/4 by 4. And I used the brick 3D embossing folder. This is carrying over. And just stick some adhesive on the back. And I have other things sticking to my adhesive. All right, and then just center that. I love the colors in this set. They're so bright and cheery. All right, now I made the strips on the side, and this is 4 by 1, and we are going to use our triple banner punch, which is also going to be around in the new catalog. So stick that in as far as it'll go. There's a little stop in the back, and just snip that off, and it makes your banner perfect. And then the next banner piece is going to be 3 1/2 by 1 1/2. Make sure you're doing the banner on the right side. I've done many times where I did it upside down. Just take a second peek at which end you're punching. So we're going to stick that in here, and there's nice little guides that will help you. You line them up there, and then they won't move, and it'll be straight when you do your punch. All right, so there's our 2 banners. Let's stick the skinny one on first. So we'll just go maybe like, I'd say it's about 3/8 inch from this edge. The nice thing about our designer series paper is everything coordinates with all the little embellishments and things. And then just stick some adhesive on this side, and let's put that right next to it. All right, now I took Mango Melody paper, and I just cut it out using the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which are definitely a favorite of mine. These will be in the new catalog as well. And oh boy, I really went ahead of the time. I even took the backing off. So we'll just pop this up on dimensionals. And it's already starting to come together. Now, the next part, let me show you the paper sheets that I was telling you about that you can actually cut out with the dies. This is the koala bear sheet. Look at all those. These are the ones that I cut out because there's not a hat in the cutout. It's just that one, but you could add a hat because there is a hat in the stamp set. And then this is the toucan. And then this one is the lion. And I want to show you a little something about the lion because I wanted to use the framelits. So how you do this, because look at what the framelit looks like. If you go like that, it's going to cut into his mane. So what you're going to want to do is cut this out first. First cut his head and his tail out. And then once you're done with that, then you go back with this piece and cut this out. And that way you can get both cut out using the framelit. So I just wanted to point that out. All right, so of course I pre-cut these out. So first we will take the little koala bear. I didn't have to do any stamping or cutting out, but if you prefer to stamp, there's an exact replica of this stamp. Now we're gonna make his little mask. All I did was took Cajun Craze, which is another card or a color in this suite, and I cut this 3/8 of an inch by 3/8 of an inch by 1/4 inch, and just stick that right over his nose. I didn't put strings on this because it was getting too messy looking. Then what I did was I die cut the sentiment from that PDF I was telling you about. and it's called I'm Smiling Under This Mask. And last time on a video I showed how you can kind of trick your computer or your printer into printing on paper by taping this down a ways from your computer paper and then running it through. Well, I found an easier way. My downline actually showed me this. If you just screenshot the one image and then drag it onto your Word document, then you can mass produce these and just make a whole bunch of copies of them. So that's what I did, and it turns out really crisp when you print it. All right, so now we need to add a little dimensional to the koala bear, and we're going to stick that right where his belly button would go. And we want to put a dimensional behind here, and he's just going to peek out from this saying. I want his hand to show like he's waving, and just like that. Then put dimensionals on the back of all this. I need to add one more on his body. I did the other ones before for you. And then just pull the backing off, and we're going to stick, I guess it's off, stick this on and center it right on top of that other die that we just did. There, we are done with the front already. Okay, now for the, or actually we're going to set this aside and just work on the inside now. I got to pull my card apart so I can follow it. So this piece is 11 inches by 1 3/4. And then the score lines are at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and 8 1/4. All right, so we're just going to fold this in half on the 5 1/2 inch score line, and then these will go back. So it's kind of like a accordion. All right, now let's put adhesive on the back of one side here. And then we're just going to go ahead and stick this on right away. So just kind of center that in the middle here of your yellow. And then accordion, fold it down just like you did, because we want this to fold flat so we can mail it. Whoops, a little bit on my cardstock. I'm going to add a little bit more because we want this secure. All right, now all you do is fold your card in half, and it'll just pick up where it needs to there. And that's what it looks like. All right, now we are going to build all the squares that are on it. Let me show you the card again, what it looks like. They're kind of staggered like that. So you're going to cut out Mango Melody squares, is the color I chose for this part. And we're going to build all these with the sentiments and the little images that go on. So the first one I did this just like I said before. I did the screenshot and then cut it out. This white piece is 2 1/2, or actually these Mango Melody are 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. And then these are just 1/4 inch smaller, so it's 2 1/2 by 2. So we'll put this one on here. This one's going to go on the second one. And then these two are the same size as the white ones, which again is 2 1/2 by 2. And these colors are so versatile. See how it doesn't even have a birthday look, but a lot of the papers do. They have candles and balloons and gifts, so just depends on what you need it for. All right, now we are going to take the little birdie that I did and put a couple of dimensionals on him. Now when you do this, just make sure that when you place him on here, you don't want him to stick too far over here because there's a crease in there. So don't put him way over there, or his his tail's gonna have a fold in it. All right, let's go about right there. Then for the lion, remember I told you how first you'll cut out this with his tail. Whoops, where that tail, don't sneeze or this thing is gonna go flying. I'm not even gonna pick it up. That's upside down. Look at how tiny that dimensional is. When I need tiny little ones, I just trim the sides like that, really small, because if you put a whole dimensional, it's gonna show on here. Okay, so this is the first cut that I did with this. And then this is what was left over, and then I cut that out like that. So that's how I was able to achieve that. Okay, so first let's tape this guy down. And we'll place him maybe, oh, you know what? I did these the wrong way. You know what? This is funny because this is how I originally did it as well. I put the bird on the orange, but then when I put the lion got lost in the yellow. So let's switch these. And then we'll go like this. Gotta love FaceTime Live, no do-overs here. Okay, so let's put the lion right here. And this tiny little tail piece, we're popping up. You wouldn't have to do that, but oh, I'm kind of anal about attention to detail. And then put 2 dimensionals on the back of his face, his mane, and just stick him on like that. Now we are ready to build these on the card. So what I did was I just stuck snail in the middle of all of these all at one time. There we go. And the first one, we're going to put kind of down a little bit. Maybe I kind of look at where it is and in line with the blue, and it's maybe like 1/4 of an inch down from there. Then the next one, we're going to do the opposite and go up like 1/4 of an inch from the bottom one. And then the next one will go down again, 1/4 of an inch from that edge. And the last one will go up again, 1/4 of an inch from there. And centering it left to right. Okay, we are almost done. Now, the only thing left, I think, is that little piece of string that ties them together. I just took a glue dot. I put this little bow around it so it doesn't come all unraveled because I like it out of the box. And then I just grab one with my pokey tool. And then kind of scrunch it in a ball because we don't need that much showing, and put it right in his beak. And then do another one, and we're going to place this one, scrunch that one down too, just kind of in a little ball so it doesn't take up so much room. We don't want the card to stick shut when we're done. Okay, put it down here. And then this is about 7 inches of white baker's twine. This, if you can believe, is retiring, so you're going to want to snag this. I bought a bunch of these because I use it all the time. All right, then just kind of hang it through his beak like that. A little bit of a tail there. And then I went ahead and pulled it tight because when they open it, then you'll be able to see the string more. And then let me trim this down just a little bit more. All right. So there you have it. It really wasn't that much work. Just the cutting took a little bit of time, and die cutting, but I did that before. So I hope you enjoy this card. Now, I will put this on my blog. However, it's going to take me a little bit because I don't have the PDF done. I don't have the links done. So I will work on this as soon as I'm done here. But I wanted to get a card out because of my deadline on Friday mornings at 10 o'clock. And then hopefully you can join me later on today, and I'll show you the new In Colors and the launch of the In Color Club. You're going to want to be a part of that because it's a lot of fun. Again, if you see anything you like, please go to my website and use this host code. And if you place an order that's over $35 or more this month, you get to take part in my Creative You, and the 3 cards that we do this month will be mailed to you in kit form. Remember, I can't stamp for you, but you will get those 3 cards in kit form, and all you have to do is use the host code, and then it has to be $35 or more before tax and shipping. So thank you so much for joining me. Hope to see you later, and have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.